This will be my first podcast doing this with StreamYard. So today I want to talk about some of the recent hits that we've had with the Salon Center. And the first one is, of course, Color Wow's new Texas Hold'em firm hold hairspray. This hairspray has been just off the hook. We've actually just sold 1,000 cans of this through the Salon Center in only about 5 days, which is incredible. And I believe this is going to be the biggest hit we've had in a long time because, what we've been seeing in social media and in the magazines, big hair is coming back. And you need a good firm hold hairspray to really keep up the styles, especially when you're in humid areas like Florida, Texas, and other areas that have real humid climates. And this hairspray is just optimized for that kind of hair. And what makes it different than everything else is that it's been totally redeveloped or reimagined from the hairsprays of yesteryear. Back in the day, I used to sell Shaper Plus hairspray, and I want to say I sold that to just about every single client that I had. If they didn't buy anything else from me, they more than likely bought Shaper hairspray. Well, over the years, things have changed. The government has constantly regulated the VOCs and aerosols. And if you don't know what that means, that's the volatile organic compounds. And it's just their way of I guess, limiting the amount of fluorocarbons that go in the air. And it's basically, bottom line with hairsprays, it's allowing less and less alcohol or less of the active ingredients that actually make the hairspray spray out and dry very, very quickly. And when they take that out, that's what causes the hairsprays not to work so well. They become wetter, they're harder to work with. Back when Shaper Plus came out, and I started selling it right about 1994, and that was when it was really good. I mean, people loved it. You could spray it on the hair. You could create just about any hairstyle you wanted, and it was very workable, and people loved it. Back then, the hairsprays were a lot less expensive, but back then, I guess, relatively speaking, it was a fairly pricey hairspray, but people bought it because it performed. And now that's not so much the case. Although I have some people that still use it and they seem to like it and say that it's the same, but I just know it's not. And I don't see that much hairspray being sold, well, Shaper Plus, like it used to be back in my day when I first sold it. So, Color Wow has a hairspray called Cult Favorite Hairspray. And, it's been good ever since they had it, but it's more of a working spray. And I think people like Chris Appleton and Giles Robinson and some of their social media influencers were basically asking for a firmer spray. And, they went back and forth with Chris Appleton and Giles, and they kept wanting to perfect it. And, Gail Federici is a stickler for making sure that whatever they release, it's got to be wow, or she just doesn't release it. And I don't know how long they've been working on it, but I want to say it's been a matter of years that they went back and forth testing this formula. And one of the things that I didn't know is that hairsprays are very high in alkalinity, which means it goes in the high alkaline range, in the same range as perm solution. Basically what that does, it really opens up the cuticle. And when you have an open cuticle, the hair becomes drier, it gets more damaged. And what Dr. Joe was able to do is Dr. Joe Sincata, that is, he's the head chemist for Color Wow. He was able to lower down the pH, and then also, compared to the hairsprays of yesteryear, he was able to use about 50% less alcohol in this formula than what's traditionally used. And so he also added emollients to add more conditioning factors to the hair, so that not only is it fast drying, it's workable, but it's also leaving the hair soft to the touch. So that's what people are loving about it. They love the fact that it's compared to today's standard hairsprays, it's very fast drying. It's dry to the touch. It's workable. You can brush it right out if you want to. And firm hold hairsprays, you just can't do that. Well, this one you can. And it also has memory. So whatever style you create, it just wants to, when it's moved, it has memory so that it flexes back. And that's what my wife was mentioning. The first time she used it, she had to go and rinse it. It was a very, very windy day, and she was just surprised how well her fine, thin hair held and just kept springing back. And so that's one of the reasons why she loved it. And this is what I'm hearing from other people. Now, I've gotten testimonies from some of my clients and even people that have commented on my other videos. They're saying how much they love uh, how it works, and it's their favorite hairspray now. So that is the biggest thing that's happening. And the other thing is, a lot of people don't know it, but it was about a year ago that Color Wow's Money Mist came out, and they are now celebrating its 1 year anniversary by doing a flash sale to customers, to salons and stylists. So until um, March 14th, they're doing a flash sale where when you buy 5, you get 1 free. So that's a nice little sale that they typically don't do very often because it's one of their top sellers. And in case you didn't know it already, the Color Wow Dream Coat and Extra Strength Dream Coat, the retail sizes are on sale right now. This is the only time of year that they put them on sale. So if you haven't already taken advantage of it, do it now. That sale will end at the end of April. So it's got a 2-month promotion on that one. So take advantage of that. Get your hairspray if you haven't already gotten it. I promise you, I don't. When I say there's something really good, I really mean it. You got to trust me on this. This is one of the best new products on the market, and I'll just spray it in my hair. I haven't had anything in my hair today, but already dry. That quick. And then if I want to brush it, look at that. Brush right through it. It's like it wasn't even there. So the other cool things that I have going right now is for those of you that are stylists that are looking for a really awesome hair color, the Oligo professional line is one of our best selling, and they're an award-winning hair care brand. So they're famous for their Color Gloss. And if you're a Shea GQ user, you owe it yourself to take a look at this brand before the special new user promotion runs out. And that will run out at the end of this month, March 2025. So if you miss it, no big deal. We'll have other promotions, and even their regular intro deals are phenomenal, even if you don't get the special deal. But I'll tell you what I've been hearing from my customers. Now, I have a new customer, and actually not a new customer. I have somebody that I've been dealing with for over 30 years in this business, and she's been a long time Redken Shea GQ user, Redken all the way around, like Redken Permanent, Redken Lighteners, everything. And the last 6 months, maybe longer, she's been contemplating changing out of Redken. And you got to understand, this is not a simple thing for her to do because she's been doing Redken for so long. And it's kind of a painful process for her because she has a lot of high-end clients and they expect certain results. But she was telling me months ago that she wasn't really happy with the results she's been getting lately from Redken, although she loves Redken and she's not unhappy with it. But she knows that products are being developed nowadays that are supposed to be healthier with better quality ingredients. And, customers are really more educated about what's in their products now. And I think she's been getting a lot of those questions. And that's one of the reasons why she wanted to look at Oligo, because of those reasons. So the thing that makes the Colora Gloss and Oligo unique and different compared to other hair care or professional brands. And if you're a customer watching this and you're not a stylist, just listen in on this because this is important. And if your stylist is not already using this color brand, you might want to ask them to look into it because why wouldn't you want the latest technology? A lot of people don't know, but Shade GQ is probably about 40 to 45 years old technology. At least that's been developed for that long. And nothing wrong with it. It's actually that's still the number one demi gloss available on the market. And the reason why it's number one is because it's been around for so long. They got so many formulas. They've done so much education on it. So you can't take anything away from their success. But let me just open the door for something new. Oligo has been around for, I don't know, maybe 6, 7 years, 5 years. I don't know exactly, but just about every year that it's been out, it's won an award except for one year. And it just last year it was awarded the best demi gloss of 2024. And the reason why people love it so much is because it's ammonia free, PPD free, gluten free, alcohol free. It smells nice. It has higher or stronger pigments in the color. You mix it just like you do Shade GQ, equal parts. You can actually flash tone with this at the bowl. So for somebody doing bleach and wants to get a beautiful tone, maybe they didn't get up to the level they wanted to or get that quite perfect tone, well, you can take one of their toners and put it on, and anywhere between 3 to 10 minutes, you can actually totally get the most beautiful result. And it will last up to 24 washes. Whereas, and I'm just telling you what my customers that already use Redken are telling me. They're not getting that. They're not getting those long-term results. They say it actually fades fairly quickly. And I'm not even going to say it's an education issue because my client that has been using it for over 30 years, and she's not the only one. I've got others that say the same thing. They know how to use the Redken color. And they're just telling me it's every brand has its limitations, at least ones that have been developed for all those years ago. So this one just gives you beautiful, beautiful results, smells nice, and when it fades, it doesn't have like the toners that they use for toning. They don't have any brown or tan or any base. That when it fades, it's not going to fade to brown or tan. It's actually just fading. When it fades, it just fades to a pure tone. So that's one of the reasons why it lasts so long. And you don't use as much color with this. At least that's, again, what some of my customers that have made the switch from Redken to this, they say they tend to use less color, more clear mixed with the color because the pigments are so much stronger. So there is a little bit of a learning curve when you're making that transition from Redken to Oligo because you just need to reformulate a bit. But everybody that I've talked to that has made that switch, they're so glad they did because they love it so much more than the Redken. So that's the gloss. Now they have their permanent color. They have a beautiful series of permanent color. This is called their Colora Permanent. And I can't remember how many colors there are, but there's a wide range of colors that pretty much can do just about everything you want it to do. And now their claim to fame is they're ammonia-free permanent hair color, PPD-free, gluten-free. And how they get around the ammonia, and I'm not saying ammonia is totally bad because we've used it for years, but anybody that's real sensitive, like they have sensitive scalps or that just want, I guess, just an alternative, a more healthier alternative to ammonia-based color, they seem to turn to this because it uses exothermic technology to actually open up the cuticle where the ammonia would be doing that. And so it just does it more gently. And the exothermic means it's self-heating. So it's got its own heating technology that gently opens the cuticle just enough to get the pigment in. And the pigments are solid. They're more richer. They leave shine, and they last longer. They just give you a great result. And you know, the price point on all of this is very reasonable compared to the other. It's probably in the same ballpark. I know some of the other color brands are very expensive now or going up, and this is this one is actually very reasonably priced in today's standards. But one of the things I wanted to tell you is that what a lot of people, a lot of colorists love about this book is that you can see the base that they have in each one of the colors. So the neutral tells you it has an equal part of blue, red, and yellow. And if you know color, you know what that means. And then when you see a little white dot here, it says that means it gives you 100% gray coverage. And then all these other little symbols here, this little red dot signifies a bottle. And so any color that has a little red dot has a corresponding color gloss shade that matches perfectly. Like Redken, when Redken was developed, it was red. It was Redken Shades Q. It was developed on its own and was never meant to work with a particular color exactly. So these match exactly. Now, I'm not saying they haven't done that in recent years, so I don't know exactly if that's a fact or not. But I just know that that's one of the claim to fames of this color brand is that they have the colors in the demi, the permanent, and also their 10-minute color that match exactly. And anywhere you see the little black 10 symbol, that's their 10-minute color. Now, there's not as many 10-minute colors or even gloss colors that match all their permanent colors, but they have most of the important ones. And so, and if you're also a colorist and you do a lot of blondes, one of the things you need to know about too is that they've got Oligo has their Blacklight Lighteners on sale for this month only. Normally the deals are for 2 months, 2-month period. Well, they only put their lighteners on sale twice a year, this time and also at the holidays. And so if you're a stylist out there and you haven't tried the Oligo Blacklight lighteners, you're missing out. One of the unique abilities of the Blacklight lighteners is that it really takes care of the integrity of the hair. But they have four unique lighteners that are designed to to be mixed together. So they were made to do that. Most lighteners are not made to be intermixable. So you have your extra blonde lightener, which is the one that I sell the most of, and Oligo says it's their number one selling lightener. I don't know why the cool tone lightener is not their number one, but that is the second one, and that is a cool tone lightener that is designed to give you up to 8 levels of lift, I believe, and gives you more of a cooler tone. Then they also have their balayage lightener, which for balayage techniques, you've got that. And then you also have your cream bleach for on and off the scalp cream lightening. And remember, you can mix all of those together to get different varying degrees of results depending on what you're going for. But Oligo now, the Blacklight Extra Blonde Lightener is my number one selling lightener out of everything I sell now. And so just want to make sure you don't miss out on that special. My wife is watching. Okay, so be sure not to miss out on that. You're messing me up.